Hi everyone, this is Margaret Manning with 60 and Me. This is the place where women over 60 come to be inspired. My guest today is Linda Goldman. Linda is a lifelong learner of nutrition and health. She has a great blog called healthyorganicwoman.com. And she also is a writer, has written 35 books, many on the topic of health and nutrition. And she has a passion for eating well and for creating healthy eating lifestyle. Welcome, Linda. It's great to have you here.
My pleasure.
So, Linda, I wanted to talk to you about something that, I love doing, and I know that other women in the community might be overlooking, and that is spending time in these sweet, amazing natural health food stores. We all shop in our big supermarkets and superstores and rush through, and we have our shopping list, but and we get things that we need for our family and friends. But I'd love you to chat with us about what's inside these little havens of goodness, these health food stores that we all have in our towns and cities.
It's funny. Health food stores have changed so much. I don't know how it started, but many, many years ago, I just felt like there was magic in those health food stores, even though they were really grungy kind of basement stores that were dimly lit and they smelled like medicinal herbs. And, there wasn't even much to buy there except maybe some apples and onions. And, the products, I was always looking for good personal care products, and they were not very inviting. There was not much choice. Right. And over the years, more recently, I'm a copywriter, I'm a writer, and I started writing for this industry, and I realized that the whole industry had grown up. And the health food stores have changed radically. And now, there's so many wonderful products. I buy all my skincare products, even cosmetics. There's beautiful cosmetics that are organic and have good beneficial ingredients in them. There's way more organic food available. So for me, it was always a place where if I figured out what to buy, I would be healthy. And it kind of actually happened because I did figure out what to buy, and I do feel very healthy.
So you've listed one that I actually do agree with, which is the makeup that is not made with lots of toxins and just natural products. I think a lot of women, as they get older, don't buy into all the the chemicals and the myths of anti-aging. We just want really nice, healthy products for our face and our body. And in most of the health food stores now, there's a couple, well, not more than a couple of good lines of very beautiful natural products. So I think that's number one for sure. You also mentioned the amount of healthy food. I laughed when you started off describing your experience, because when I was a teenager and in college, I lived in Boulder, Colorado. And I think that was probably one of the first places where health food stores started to develop. But like you described, they were just tubs of rice and lentils and a scoop, and you had a bag and you filled them up, and it was fun. But now there's a lot more choice, and I think that's another great one. Tell us about the kind of advice you can get there too. I think getting advice is a nice benefit. People that know their food.
Many of the bigger ones, or many good health food stores, have really professional, knowledgeable staff. They could be naturopathic doctors or homeopathic doctors that work there part-time. And the staff is very knowledgeable about which products are better than others and, which products you need. So I find, yes, I do go to a naturopathic doctor when I need one, but sometimes I just want to know, which brand of something is better than another brand.
Yes.
And I find their advice very good. They're usually very patient and caring and listen to you. As opposed to a supermarket, even if they have a vitamin section, there's nobody you can ask, anything. So
yes.
It's a different atmosphere where people care about their health, and that's why I go there.
And people that work there tend to be people, like you said, that are passionate about healthy living themselves.
Right.
And so they in their spare time, they're researching and studying. So what other things might we discover at a health food store that we might not think?
Well, it's a great place for gifts if you have, babies in your family, or your family members are having children. I buy, baby stuff there. That's, for babies for sure, you want the purest things and the least chemicals available. Another thing, I'm a big coffee lover. I love organic coffee, and I get some delicious coffee that I don't get everywhere else. I also drink green tea, so some of those things, you have a much bigger selection of anything that you like. I mean, good quality nuts and good quality snacks and whatever you want, you can find it there. And if you go to a regular supermarket, you have to look really hard and read the labels, and maybe there's some healthy products, but they're interspersed with some not so healthy products.
You
So
just don't know.
the health food store, I mean, you still have to read the labels. Not everything is maybe perfect, but chances are you're going to find what you want much more easily.
Well, hands up, who can actually read the labels? I don't know what's
That's
happened to my
true.
eyes lately, but I have to take a
That's
little
right.
magnifying glass with me. But another thing related to that is, and it's the same really, is small indulgences. That I go to health food stores to buy like really lovely chocolate. Like there's maybe a little
Right.
more than I would normally pay for chocolate, but it's like 85%. It's beautiful taste. Its packaging is gorgeous. So I think
Right.
that small indulgences is another little treat health food stores can help you with. What else? What else? Where else do we go to health food stores? I'm trying to think of things myself. Oh, I know, take home food. It's because it's not
Yeah.
always like just dry food like the beans anymore. I mean, they have usually have fridge sections with great takeaway.
Yeah. Yeah, any of the bigger ones do.
Yeah.
I'm not fortunate enough that I have a Whole Foods in my area, but many people do. But I mean, you can get all kinds of just about anything you want there, and even order foods. I do have a fairly big health food store that has a nice counter where they have fresh organic meat, and fish, and then they have a lot of prepared foods. So if you want to pick up a salad, a kale salad, or a roast chicken that doesn't have, antibiotics or hormones in it, I mean, all those things, it just makes it convenient. So, and there's so many more things in the frozen aisle that are good and
Yes.
just as nutritious. Sometimes you can't get fresh.
Yes.
And then a good health food store should have a nice section of organic vegetables and fruits as well. It's good to buy seasonal. So, I mean, sometimes I'll see in my store there'll be strawberries in the middle of January and they don't look very good. So I just leave them there. I don't have to buy $7 strawberries in January. I'll buy what's more local. But the health store, I mean, if you want to be healthy, it just makes sense to start there.
Also, at the holidays, you can purchase things that are specific to the holidays, and they make vegetarian options. If because all the rest of the world is focused on the more
Right.
traditional dishes, and sometimes it's nice to have little things that are with new recipes. And that's another thing
Yeah,
that a lot of health food restaurants stores do is have cooking classes and
that's right.
education on about
Yeah.
healthy living and eating.
They'll often have demos, and
Yeah.
some big stores may have demos, but it may not be the food you really want to eat. But at the health food store, I often try some new foods or some new treats, and
Yes.
some of them have events where you can go for free, and they'll have authors of health books talking, or health
Yeah.
professionals, or people that create recipes, they cookbook authors,
Yes,
that kind of
yeah,
thing. So
alternatives. Well, I think that we've listed. I mean, I think health food stores are amazing little destination shops, and they support local business for one thing, which I'm a big fan of, and also they just allow you to focus, like we've talked about in other videos, on knowing yourself. And choosing healthy food and healthy lifestyle, not just the food, but the whole spectrum of what goes on and in our bodies. And I
right,
love what you said earlier. What was it about? You'd rather pay the farmer than pay the doctor.
right,
And I think
right.
that's really the link between good food and good attitude and good, minerals and vitamins and just how you feel is great.
Yeah.
All right. So last minute advice. Anything that you'd like to add before we close?
Just that being healthy feels wonderful and being sick doesn't. So, I mean, that's my motivation in life. I want to feel wonderful, as long as I'm alive. And that's why I eat healthy food and I make that a priority for me. It's pretty simple, really.
Yeah. Well, I think some of the most complex things can be boiled down to the simplest principles. And you are actually living proof that, being aware and conscious of your health and working at it, not just, letting it be a priority is really, really important. So you inspired me.
Good, good. You inspire me daily, so
Oh, well, thank you.
inspiring each other.
Thank you so much, Linda. I really appreciate your time. Thanks for being here.
My pleasure.
Take care.